Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. Our goal tonight is to start to increase the sense of community and the support systems for our African American and Black youth, and create a family environment where students feel welcome, accepted, safe, and in a school system where they understand that their future is our most important goal. So that's why we have the speakers tonight. It's just the beginning. We're really going to meet with you, figure out where and when we need to be best served. And we're just talking about some ideas around that, and about sort of how that might play out if we're going to maybe work with some other partners, some other programs, and also maybe move our meetings into some other parts of the community, not just here at high school. With that, I'm going to introduce Mr. Gossett. Well, he's been introduced. I'm going to welcome Mr. Gossett to the stage to go ahead and lead here.
I'd just like to share a little bit about our program. But we reach out to all our students and also support our students, support our children, efforts to move on to the next level, support our children if they want to start a career. We also support them. Here to listen to them, to guide them, to advance themselves. Not just the children, work as training staff. Also, college business, UC Davis, St. Mary's, staff. We plan on adding a couple more colleges to that list to give our students more opportunity to experience the college. And both businesses are coming up in the spring. We're planning to have 2 in the fall and 2 in the spring. So we're very much looking forward to supporting the children. Also providing support of the people. The students need that support in math. The students need that support in English and preparing for the ACT SAT. Help support them all of them. If they're able, if they're planning on moving to the next level, they have that support. So tonight, I'm reaching out for all our parents. Let's pull together as a team and support our children. Make sure they get the best education, best experience, learning environment. I want to thank you. Thank you for that. Good evening. Dr. Fancy, glad to see you here. My name is William Manning, I'm the education chair at East County. And I'm actually coming here for a few words. You can call my hand. Why are you students in school? Why are you going to school? Are you going to school to education or what? How much cooperation are we going to do to instructors? How much cooperation how much respect are they going to give to their peers? And so, those were the critical issues that when I was teaching, I was asking all why are we doing it? And so come to school, and I'm not sure that we're striving to become the best person that you are. And this is all one of the things that I ask all of you who are on the room. high school, when you leave that house to go to school. Try to make your parents, try to make even high school proud of you. Try to make yourself proud of yourself. And when you come brings the students, they're the future students. But also, I ask that you do eyes should be up towards God. Never look down, always have to get into the stars. That way, you know, you don't have any problems. Strive to be the best person that you are. And this is true. You know, there's no shame in being a student. No shame in being a student. But just try to get an A every time you go into a class. Don't be afraid to raise your hand. Don't be afraid to act like you're a student. That's what students come to school to learn. And one of the things that students have, something not awesome, something have a problem with listening. You cannot learn if you do not listen. And who is in front of you? Your teachers. You have to listen to your teachers. And let me explain this to you. You don't control the classroom. The teachers control the classroom. If you have a problem, let your parents know that about the problem. They will take care of that. And the one thing I want to say before I sit myself down is that I'm just a phone call away. Everybody knows that basically who I am. And so I really want to be a phone call away. I stand, first and foremost, I stand for these things, we stand for the people, we stand to support the students, we stand and support. And as I said before, I am just a phone call away, and I will always answer your call. And,
everybody. My name is Taylor Esposito. I'm the program manager for Recruit Tomorrow, the during school deficit mentoring program in Operating Freedom. Basically, what we do is we provide one-on-one mentor services for students, and we also do after-school programs. So, the way we do it is we have core services, mentoring, and then we'll also talk a little bit about some statistics that show our operations. So, first, some of our core services that we offer. Specifically for young men of color, is that we take the college tours. We talked about a little bit. We have 2 college tours, one in the spring, one in the fall. Go inside information. We got the big Snow State, so first the program. That's where we do the spring, fall. But what does that look like, kind of on a day-to-day basis for the student? So the way we do it is we pull out a student individually for one-on-ones, at least once, maybe twice a month. We sit them down with the mentor team. That is my team that I'm overseeing. We're basically checking on them for wellness. The first time we do it, we make an academic plan for them. That point forward, patients pulling them out of class once or twice a month. So that's the day during after school, we have to make a program twice a week, and twice a week we also have study for students. So major programming is basically usually primarily around either wellness or college readiness. We have tons of enrichment activities. For consumer interviews, that nature. Basically, how do we know that this model is working? Statistics back it up. 99% of our students graduate high school, 88% of our students go to college. That's where we graduate 75% of California, 65%. So our model works. I'm the program manager. If you ever want to reach out to me, feel free to do so. We also have the website, improveyourtomorrow.org, if you'd like any more information on that. Yeah, I'm just really excited and looking forward to working with students. I was a substitute teacher before this, so I already have a list of issues. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask. So I can do this. Thanks so much.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Sims. I'm the assistant principal here at Freedom, and I just want to say I'm new to Freedom, but I have enjoyed working with each of your children and getting their privileges. Our goal here is to support them no matter what's going on at school, whether it be peers, whether it be systems within school, whether it be opportunities. We want to make sure that they're always connected to what's available. Biggest thing that I'm supporting right now is during my role as attendance. And so I wanted to take a moment to stress the importance of making sure that your child is here on time, and the fact that every period of the day has critical information the minute that bell rings, and having them in class, in that seat, knowing what's going to happen and be a part and a participant every day is what's going to help them to succeed. You will be hearing from me. I will be reaching out to you to build this partnership together. I can call you every day and say, we're here in class. I want to encourage, I want to make sure that I am making those connections with them and letting them know that you and I are always in the same connection so that we can see your child move on to the next level. When you were registering at the beginning of the year, filling out that emergency card that you needed to go through that process, a big thing that was super important that I want to point out tonight is the AAPG account. If you do not have it on your phone, I say you need to download it immediately. That account is going to give you the most critical information you need to stay on top of your child's attendance. They'll tell you their daily attendance just on that app, as well as the phone calls that are sent home. You can look at their grades and their transcripts on that one. You can get connected to their teachers by email and know every day what their schedule will be. So if you haven't done it, please make sure that you download areas. And Campus is another app that allows you to see those assignments that they have, what has been completed and what hasn't been completed. So every night, areas in Campus talk to each other so that they can make sure that you have the most up-to-date information, so that you can encourage them when they've shown growth, when they turn things in, and show them your appreciation for their effort, because together, again, we want to see them succeed. If you need any help, there are so many individuals on campus. Your child has a house that they are specifically designated to. It could be house B, C, D, or E. And so in each house, you will have a counselor that they can be connected to. An assistant principal for each building. Teachers, who again will be available to support you and respond, as well as again all of the wonderful people here who are also program members to support your child. So again, all of our resources is here. We hope you reach out and appreciate you and investing in your child's future success.
All right, I'm Dana Johnston. I'm the Activities Director at Freedom, and I have the privilege and honor of working with all the students and their students ready to hear. If you want to come and introduce yourself. The reason that I have them here too is so that you can hear a name, they can connect. They are here to help all of the students as well. And so we just got through with our boot camp, maybe freshmen. We're freshmen in here. We just got through with our boot camp. We are moving on to all sorts of activities. One of the things we did want to highlight is our Club Rush. Our Club Rush is coming up. Our biggest push for our students is to get involved. Get involved in anything. Sports, get involved with athletics. I know Mr. Briggs is not here, but Dr. Morrow might talk about the athletics. But getting involved in there, not everybody's an athlete. I think at one time we looked it up and it was like 40% of our student population are athletes on campus, and a lot of them are repeaters. You know, if they do a fall sport, they'll do a spring sport. But my students are students maybe not necessarily that are in sports, but this is their sport. They come on the rallies, they do student government. There's also choir and band, there's also theater that students can get involved with. If a student has a connection on campus, whatever it is, they will be more successful. And the studies have shown over and over and over and over, they just need to be connected. Somehow wanting to come to school, and that's what we always try to do. So they're going to introduce themselves. If you want to jot their name down, and they're a great resource for all of the students. I'll tell you their position.
My name is Cascade Taylor. I am the ASB president.
Hi, my name is Kara Suarez, and I'm the ASB secretary.
Hi,
I'm Jasmine Smith, I'm the ASB Vice President. And I'm the Olivares, I'm the ASB Treasurer.
And again, it's August 26th at lunch, we have Club Rush. What that means is all the clubs are out in the quad, and it is an opportunity for students to go up, introduce themselves, or meet and greet a representative from every single club on campus. We have a plethora of clubs out there. We have so many different types of clubs for students to get involved. And if we don't have a club that they like, they can always create their own club. And a lot of students will do that too, just because they want to feel connected to the school. And we'll talk about athletics. All right, if you have any questions, just let us know.
Give a shout out to our students. It is College Thursday, so on Thursdays, sometimes the way to go ahead and get students to participate even on the most basic days to go ahead and college does a student want to go to. If they choose to, if they want to do something else, that's fine. Falcon Friday is on Friday, so sometimes the students will wear their Falcon gear. In terms of athletics, I used to be athletic director here long ago, and we are happy to have Mr. Briggs, who is actually attending a league meeting for all East County schools right now, so he's unable to be here, but I said I would talk briefly on athletics. Athletics are important for students because it allows them to go ahead and make connections that transcend high school and go on forever. They will make their best friends participating in athletics. The one thing that I promised our students, and I'm happy to say through Mr. Briggs' leadership, is continue. All students can participate in an athletic season, each season that we offer a sport. There is always one sport that is non-cut because everybody should have the opportunity to participate. So fall sports began on Monday. There's a number of sports that if your son or daughter still wants to participate in, if they contact Mr. Briggs, we can go ahead and make that happen. I don't want to minimize the fact that at a school of 2,600 that there are cuts to sports, but that doesn't mean that your son or daughter can't wear the Freedom uniform. It just might not be in the uniform of their primary choice. So it's a matter of can we go ahead and take that opportunity and run with it. Winter sports will begin at the end of October, and then spring sports will begin in February. But there is an opportunity for your son or daughter, and hopefully if you don't connect with an athletic program, you do connect with an activities program, or you connect with our theater, band, or any of our extracurricular activities, so that way they will be more connected to campus, more likely to succeed academically, and learn the soft skills of perseverance, determination, hard work that you can't get through a classroom, but really it gets cemented when you participate in extracurricular activities. Ms. Rucker was not able to be here tonight, but we do have a black student, and we do have an active black student union. I don't want to call anybody out on the floor to go ahead and speak on that. I just know that you couldn't be here tonight, but they are going to play a big role in our Pride celebration. I think might be the next slide that comes up. We are having a little technical difficulties in terms of making it on time.
Next up.
There we go. I'll let Ms. Johnson take. She is the activities director after all.
So, quite a few years ago, right, Mr. Gossett helped me with this one, because Mr. Gossett has been here, he's an amazing resource on campus. And we have two huge conferences on campus that we allow all students to attend. One of them is the TRUE Conference, Tolerance, Respect, Unity, and Equality. But we also have our Pride, which is during our Black History Month. And it's set up very much like an adult conference. We have workshops, we have guest speakers. All students are invited to it. It is February 23rd. It's an all-day event. And, Jasmine has participated in it before. And we are always looking for guest speakers to share ideas, thoughts, experiences. I will never forget Mr. Gossett sharing his experience with civil rights and the Still the Lead in his, and even my students to this day come back and talk about Mr. Gossett. So it is very important to keep hearing those stories. Very important for students to learn about, people like Mr. Gossett who went through it so that we could come out on the end stronger. And so we are looking for guest speakers, but we're also looking for volunteers to help us out, help us guide students, help us be on campus, and we're always looking for help. So it is an amazing conference, and we hope that more are involved. We hope to have more students involved too. Sometimes they don't really quite understand, and so to help get us the word out that all students are invited is really helpful too. And then we have all of our meetings, so if you want, we do have a survey. We would love for you to take our survey. We want to know what you want to hear. That's number one important, is how do you want us to help you? How can we support you and your students on our campus? But also, there's our next three meetings, October 18th, January 17th, and April 18th. In addition to these meetings, we are also going to have what we're calling parent connection meetings, where we're going to have other topics that we're talking about for the entire the whole school, all parents, and then like I said, there is a QR code for a survey, because we want to know. We're here to service, we're here to help, we're here to promote and support, and even if it's something that you have that you think would be a good resource and we just don't know about it, we would love for you to participate, or even if you want to participate in the rallies, or I'm just trying to get people to do rallies. And or even like our boot camp, we have our back to boot camp. If you would like to come out, we're looking for guest speakers as well for all of our students.
The last thing I wanted to say, we did move forward on the slide. Ms. Tiffany and Ms. Nicole run Successful Purpose on our campus. They were unable to be here tonight, but they are online, so I know that you're out there. They are a group that are on campus 3 days a week, and they help us with our students as well. They focus them on success. Off the top of my head, I can say is that they're taking a bus here in the next few weeks to go to an HBCU college event that's going to take place. They probably put it in the chat, but it's going to be in the next couple of weeks. So for those students who are interested in going to come to the D office, and we would set them up from 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock. First topic for a parent connection meeting, that'll be for getting connected in attendance as well. If you have any questions for the panel that we have here, even if they're up there, we can go ahead and take those as well. Correct. The question that came up for those of you that can't hear on Zoom is that for the HBCU event, does the event take place at Deer Valley? Is that going to be something that Successful Purpose is going to take our students to? And the answer is yes to both of those. They'll be leaving here at 9 o'clock and then returning by 12 o'clock. It's open to all East County schools, so we are going to be a participant there. So anybody who wants to learn more about HBCUs will be able to go on the bus. And with that, I'll give this over to Principal Kelly to close and call it a meeting.
I want to say thank you to, I want to say thank you to all of you out there on Zoom for attending. I appreciate your time, and I know that this time of night is very busy. To all of you in the audience, that same is true. Thank you for driving over. The one thing I really want to say is this really is an amazing team with incredible hearts, and we really do want to build something that's sustainable and outstanding. So if you have ideas, if you want to join us, if you just want to attend what's coming up, go for it. If you just want to reach out to any of us to talk and say, hey, how about, we're willing to have those conversations as well. So we welcome you to participate. We'll be around all year, all of us all year, and thank you for coming. Are there any questions before we close? We'll all hang out here for a while if you want to ask some questions, and if you're online, feel free to email me or Dr. Amaro or Ms. Sims or Mr. Tenra or Mr. Gossett. Do you remember district email yet, Mr. Esposito? Not yet. Okay. So you've got 5 people there you can email with questions, or Ms. Johnson too. Any of us can answer those questions and help you out. Thank you. Questions? Comments? No? All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.